All right, here we go. First hole, 253 yards. The thing with Trackman and with your brain is that when you are playing inside, you kind of are like aware that you're inside, so you don't swing as hard. So that's the thing, something to keep in mind. But yeah, so this is the first hole. Trackman tends to have shorter tournaments, probably only like 6,600 yards, because they know that that is a thing, that's a factor to people that play often compared to playing outside. So you kind of want to give yourself kind of like a 5-yard distance short, like take your clubs down 5 yards, especially your wedges. Wedges are a big thing, but like 7 iron and out, it's like 10 yards less, which is crazy to think about. So like for example, my 2 iron outside goes about 270, and like a 250 carries, but inside right now, like here, it'd probably go, 240. That's how it is, right? So you gotta take that into account. So we're 253, just trying to poke one out there on this dog leg left. So. That's pretty awful contact, but it's gonna end up being fine. I hit the ball really nowhere, but it's all good. We're not gonna worry about it. 230 yards with the 2 iron on the first shot. Well, that's the thing about the 2 iron. I mean, how I trust on it the most of any club in my bag to go straight. Even if I mishit it, it's gonna go straight no matter what. So right now I'm just gonna change the way the wind is, because right now it has the wind in meters, and I'm not a real metric big. I'm not too big on the metric system personally, but okay. We have 194 here. Wind coming off our right. We're gonna play it at the number. So that's a 90. That's a 90% 7 iron. So it's kind of like an easy, nice little pretty 7 iron. Start it a little bit right, and have it just come back. Hang on. Stay on that line. Okay, right, so I mean, it carried 180. Right, so you gotta. So that probably should have been 100% 7 iron, because the distance varies inside, which is a very big factor. Okay. So 292's what Trackman wants us to hit it, but Trackman's not taking into account that you can hit it in the water. So we're gonna put another 2 iron out there, because that's just good course management, right? You don't want to put yourself into more risk than you can, especially early in the round. Alright, that was creeping a little left, but that's fine. That was more like a full gas 2 iron. So that one actually went pretty far. That one went 250 yard carry and 263 yard total. That's closer to what I hit outside, with the 103 mile/hour clubbing speed and 151 ball speed, which is pretty good. So that's kind of average for me. It's kind of like a tournament swing there, right? But inside, it feels like you're really going after it, because you're thinking about being inside and your body's not as loosened. So that's another thing. So we have 142 into the wind here. 1 mile an hour, 2, 3. Now it's just, wow, it's really changing. It's a very good example of Texas golf. So we're gonna play this kind of, if we were outside, we're gonna play this as 150. So I don't feel like hitting a full pitching wedge right now. I feel like I'll be able to hit kind of chop down a 9 iron closer there. We're also on kind of like a side hill lie here, as you can see with the grid on the bottom. Right, so we're gonna try and poke a 2 iron, poke a 9 iron in there. Aim right at it. See where it goes. It's right on it. It's gonna go. Alright, that should be inside the game. I have to put the gimme circle on for you guys so you can't see it, but that's 7.2 feet, right? So that's gonna give us a nice, easy birdie there. So now we're 1 under through 2, right? So that shows you that you don't have to hit 290 off of every single tee, right? You can just hit 2 iron and have 150 in, and just knock it in there, man. It's not that hard. Golf isn't that hard. You try and make it as simple as possible. That's very hypocritical for me to say, because I really do not make golf that simple. I try, but it's harder. It's easier said than done, 100%. It's a lot easier to act mature than to act mature off the golf course than to be a mature golfer, right? What I mean by that is that you gotta be mature with your decisions, right? So you can't, take your driver out on stupid holes that have a 20-yard fairway. You can't do that. That's how you get yourself into bad positions. So on this par 3, we have 209. Wind coming from kind of like a 45-degree angle from the northeast. So that's probably gonna play more like 215, right? So we're gonna try and hit this club just middle of the green since it's such a long par 3. We don't want to do anything too crazy. So we're gonna aim right at the pins since it's in the middle of the green with a little butter fade, and that should be held up by the wind. So we'll see on this. Start a little left. It's still going left, but that's still gonna catch a piece of the green, right? That's the big thing about distance control, right? So I hit that ball, I'll sit. Alright, we're on the green. But I hit that ball pretty good. Carried it 214, right? So that's the thing you just learn whenever you're outside, right? You can feel the wind more, and kind of having a number for the wind is a little different. Like it's harder to interpret. So wind's a big deal. On that shot, it was not, because you just didn't know how much it would affect the ball. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? So I was also kind of a pull on that one. So you pull it left, you aim left of the hole, you get the left side of the green, obviously. So 284 is what Trackman wants us to poke it out to. We're gonna try and poke it out to 260. So it's a good shot right in the middle of the club face. Kind of trying to dial it back a little bit more on that one. Try to make sure I hit the fairway. 235 carry, 260. It's still going. 262 rollout. Wow. Okay, so that was exactly what we wanted, right? So we wanted a 260-yard shot, and that's exactly what we got. And that gives us a perfect little 160-yard shot into the green. So 160 outside, we're gonna put that at like 165. We have 2 miles an hour wind going from our back here. As you can see, you can't really see it, but in the bottom here, this little area, so right here. And this top part right back here, it says the number of wind. And that's what I'm saying, because you can't really see it. So it's 3 miles an hour going that way. So we're gonna play that the exact same, right? So we're gonna play that as a 160-yard shot. So that's gonna be a 90% 9-iron. So we're gonna play 90% 9-iron in there, play it as the number, with all the factors coming into play. So we'll see how close we can put this one. We might get another birdie. Started it right on my line. Should be right on it. Alright, yeah, so you see the little white circle? That means you're inside of 10 feet, right? So I just knocked another one inside of 10 feet. That was 5.1 feet from the hole. So that's going to make us be 2 under through 4. Right, so that's a good start. We're starting off good, which is, you always want that. You don't ever want to fight your way back. You want to make it as easy as possible for you to shoot a low number. So always fun. So we have 257 will give us a 150-yard shot, and you always want to play to your strengths no matter what you're doing, right? You always want to play to that 1 yardage that you practice more than all the other ones. And it tends to be in tournaments, especially that I play, I tend to have a lot of 130 to 150-yard shots in that range, or I have like 80 to 110. Because you gotta take 200, you take driver off the tee, and you try to knock it into that range that you're so consistent in. So as you can see, like from the last 3 holes, I've tried to put it into 150, which is just something I'm more comfortable with. So that one we aimed a little bit more left, trying to have a little fade to match the shot shape of the hole. For this exact reason right here, right? So this fairway is going to try and take it back to the right. So there's no need for us to try and cut any of the water off. Let's just aim at the middle of the fairway, play a fade, and it'll all take care of itself, right? That's the beauty of golf architecture. So now, since we hit a perfect little place, 2 iron out there, we have the same yardage. So we have 153 in there, right? So we have crosswind, 45 miles an hour from our southwest, right? So we're on a side hill lie. It'll probably take it. The wind just turns that way, which is interesting. So now it's going that way. Side hill lie is going to take us this way. So they're kind of counteracting each other, so you have to decide what's going to do what, what's going to do more. This lie doesn't look like it's that bad, so we're going to play the number. We're going to play 150. We're going to hit 85% 9-iron in there. I like hitting not full shots more, because that tends to get your dispersion a little closer. right? And it gets me more and more closer to that 10-foot radius that should go to birdie. So just hit another one in there, aim right at the pin, and yeah. That one gets there, that might be in the circle. It's just probably like 2 feet outside of it. So that was a good shot, especially from the side of the lie that we had. We're 13 feet from the hole. Unfortunately, that's not a birdie, that's a 2-putt par. We're still doing good. If you hit 18 greens around, you're not going to be mad that you only made 6 birdie putts, right? You made 6 birdies. So you're going to be like, oh, I shot 6 under, that's good. You got to focus on the positive things there. So like there, I hit off of a bad lie. Hit it reasonably close to give myself, in reality, to give myself a nice birdie look, right? So here we are, 159 into the hole. It's not playing uphill or downhill any. Well, only 7 feet, so that's 2 yards, right? So it's 157. Yeah, wind going this way, it's more of a crosswind on this one, so it's not going to do much to the distance. So we're going to say it's 157, 90% 9-iron in there. Aim kind of right at the left edge of this bunker that you can see down there, and let the wind take it. Keep turning. Get down. Get down. All right, see that's not a bad play there. It's just not. It's not the shot that you want, right? So we originally wanted to play it off of this bunker up here and have it drop or fade back. But that's the thing. Like if I aimed at the hole on that one, I probably would have ended up, a little bit more in a worse position. So since we hit it straight, it gave us just a nice easy putt for birdie. That was like 30 feet, right? You don't always make 30 footers, but you can make 30 footers. So this is the first time I'm gonna pull out the driver. I don't normally hit drivers inside because I tend to slow my club head speed down 8 to 10 miles an hour just to make sure it hits the fairway. But I'll hit one just for fun. Try and get to this par 5 and 2. So I'm kind of going for a 290-yard shot here, just a fairway finder. That's kind of why we don't like hitting drivers inside, because it's kind of just weird getting them inside. I don't know. I don't like that at all. Because I tend to hit the ball very far, so. See, now we put ourselves in a bad position, right? So driver obviously was not the play. So as you can see here, we're kind of over here. Here's the hazard over here. That's hazard. So we kind of got pretty close. We're on the other side. Oh wait, this is hazard. This is hazard. This side. So this side is hazard. So we were really close to going in hazard. We're actually probably like 8 feet from it. So we have 255 yards into this hole. So if I hit the 2-iron and I'm in the middle of the fairway, I would have a better chance of eagling this than I would have now. Because I have to go over a tree, try to lay up. So we're just gonna try and hit a lofty club, try and hit one inside 10 feet. So we kind of want to go for a I'll try and get myself 100 yards. So we're gonna hit 160 yards, just get it back in play. There we go, we got over that tree. That should be right there where we want it. Right, so total 160 yards. Perfect. We planned that out, we talked about it, and we did it right where we wanted to. So, back in position here, basically just making this 3-shot hole from 100 yards right here. So we have a pretty open green, right? We can kind of go right on top of this hole. But I'm going to take out 56 and I'm going to try and control my spin since there is wind pushing from the left. So the wind's only about 2 miles an hour, but with the wedge, I know how much spin it has, it can create a lot of difference. So we're going to aim kind of 10 feet left and have it try and trickle in there. So. There we go, see it's fading back, should be right in that circle. Go in, maybe? Okay. That was about 3 inches from going in, so. We'll take that. So we put ourselves in a bad position, right? But instead of being an idiot and going for the green out of that rough lie, we ended up putting ourselves back in the position that we wanted. That's the big thing about, hitting your wedges and things like that, working on them. So yeah, so we ended up getting ourselves in a wedge at a distance that we like, and that gave us an opportunity to birdie, right? Now, keep in mind that I'm 3 under on this course that is not hard. It's not easy at all, right? So it's a pretty tight golf course. As you can see, you don't have much room to miss. Like for example, on this hole, I'll just move this way. So if I go here, I'm in a bunker, right? You can see how little angle, like this is the middle of the fairway, this is a bunker. And then when I go left, this is a bunker. So I really only have I'd say about 20 yards to put a ball. And this is at 260 yards, right? This is not like you're hitting it super far, but at 270, you can carry this bunker. You can carry this bunker right there. So we're gonna just, we're gonna stick with a smart game plan and just hit our most consistent club, which is 200. So we're gonna try and hit this one about 250, middle of the fairway. That'll give us 100 yards in. Again, play to that strong suit. Kind of got a little behind on that one, but we're still gonna be able to get away with it because it'll roll out. That one roll out to about 240. Okay, so that's gonna give us about 100 yards in. Actually, roll out to 250. So again, we've hit 200 on all holes except one. So that shows that you don't need to have that distance to get. Oh, I need to get as close to the hole as I need to. That's a complete myth. You just play your strong suit, you're gonna be fine. Like here, I have 104. Same as literally the exact same shot as the last one. The wing's the same, going from left to right. Aim at the left side, and left side of that gimme circle, which is 10 feet, and then just, try to get it as close to 104 as I can. Might be a little too far. A little too much fade on it, maybe. Oh, okay, we stayed in there. All right, so, I tried to fade that a little bit too much, but it ended up being within the gimme circle, so it's 9.7 feet from the hole, which is birdie. So we're 438 here. We're not playing crazy golf. We're not hitting driver off of every tee. We're not hitting, making stupid decisions. We're just hitting fairway, hitting green, and moving on, right? And even 2-putt pars, we're not mad about. We actually love 2-putt pars, right? So here we have a 411-yard hole. We want to put it within what yardage? 150, right? I want to put out 150 because that seems to be working for me. So we want to hit a 260-yard 2-iron out there. Wind from behind, so we're gonna try and take a little bit off, but yeah. See there, we took a little bit off and we just kind of let the wind kind of try and carry it a little bit, have this ball roll out. We only hit that one about 250, so that's 10 yards shorter than what we wanted. So that's not bad, right? We're not gonna get mad about 10 yards. Because the range we want is 130 to 160, right? That's our good range. So we're at 161 right now. We're still using the same club that we like, the 9-iron. Just not hitting it full, right? Because when you hit a golf club full, it tends to go offline more. So this one, the wind's from our back, so we're gonna try and hit probably like a 153-yard shot. So we're gonna put it right on top of the pin. We're gonna aim a little bit left, try and fade it, but let's see how it goes. That looks good so far. That's gotta reach. Go. All right, well, we played it. It landed 150, right? So now, that wind didn't do much. So that was the front nine. That's kind of like a walkthrough of how, longer hitters should approach shorter kind of golf courses. That's kind of the thing that I was wanting to do today is give you a look at my mental game, things like that, things I think about whenever I'm playing. So yeah, that was 400. Wow, that was 4 under at Sea Island Seaside course, playing from the back tees, right? So it's kind of a shorter course, but that's how you play it, right? You gotta play to your strong suits as a longer hitter. So we only hit driver once, and that put us in trouble. So if you're playing a shorter course, don't hit your driver as much as you think.